In the previous Parayanam session, I was mentioning about the final year and how I had finished my degree, and how Swami had asked that we should all leave Prasanthi Nilayam and go home. And I had mentioned how Swami was sitting in bhajan, and one of the students sang this, Hey Paramadayalu Sai Ram. And I was moved to tears because I felt the all-compassionate one, the Supreme Lord, if he disowns one, there is no way to go, nowhere to go. And immediately after bhajan, Swami went into the interview room. There's an ante-room which used to serve as the dining hall. Earlier, Swami's dining room used to be on the eastern side of the mandir upstairs in the first floor in the 60s. Later on, it was moved down. So Swami would finish his interviews, he would go inside, he would have his, I don't know what it can be called, because Swami would not have breakfast. This would not be even lunch because it would be immediately after bhajan. Swami would have something light. And there were chances that when he came back to go upstairs, he would just open the door and peep outside. And so, as Swami went inside, we all stood outside. And there were a number of my classmates who were all waiting that day. And so Swami had gone for breakfast. We all waited in silence. In the meanwhile, the devotees who had come for bhajan and those who were sitting outside went inside the bhajan hall, did pranam and went outside. And there used to be only one or two sevadal. I remember in those days there was not even a gate for the compound, Prasanthi Nilayam compound. So East Prasanthi, there would be just the pillars but no gate at all. And the Sevadal would move to that gate and stand there near the gate. Near those pillars. And as we were waiting, suddenly the interview room door creaked open. And Swami came out. And Swami said, Hey, I told all of you to leave. You must go home. And at that point, one of the students who realized that Swami was very particular that all of us should go home, asked Swami, please give us Vibhuti Prasadam. In those days, it was a practice that no devotee or student would leave Prasanthi Nilayam or Swami's presence wherever it was without taking Vibhuti Prasadam. When Swami gives Vibhuti Prasadam, it was a signal that he had given you permission and you could go ahead with your journey. In fact, I remember even after big festivals like the Dasara festival, Guru Purnima, birthday, Swami would either give the Prasadam, like during Shivaratri there would be the Vibhuti Abhishekam. So everyone would be sitting in lines and Swami would go around distributing Vibhuti Prasadam. Or if it was a big function like birthday, Swami would get it announced by Professor Kasturi that Swami had given permission for everyone to leave for their homes, for all the tens of thousands who would be there. And so this boy had asked for Prasadam. Swami went in very happy and got the Vibhuti basket and started distributing the Prasadam. There were about 35 of us. So as Swami was distributing the Prasadam, he was also advising. He said, look, Swami has given you a good education. So when you go home, you must show your gratitude to Swami by respecting your parents and obeying them and bringing comfort to them in their old age. And he said, you can also keep coming here and recharging your batteries whenever you have time. Do hard work, look after your family well, and earn a good name. This is the gratitude that you owe to the Sathya Sai College. That's what Swami said. And as he was saying this, he was distributing Prasadam. I was the last in that circle. As Swami, maybe I should call it a kind of a semicircle. It was almost a circle. And I was the last. And as Swami was telling this, he took a couple of packets of vibhuti and wanting to give it to me. And I had folded my hands. And Swami said, "Hey, take vibhuti, Prasadam." I just said, "Swami, but I am not going anywhere." He said, "No, but you must take this Prasadam." And I said, "No, Swami, I am not going anywhere." Swami said, "If Swami gives Prasadam, will you take it or not?" I said, "I'll definitely take it, Swami, but I am not going anywhere now." And then Swami said, "First you listen to me, then we can negotiate." So I thought that the right thing would be to accept the prasadam. So I opened my palm and Swami placed the packets of vibhuti. And then he said, "Look, now that I have given you vibhuti, you have to leave." I held the basket which was in Swami's hand and put back the packets of vibhuti and said, "I have not taken the vibhuti, I am not going anywhere." And in that moment, Swami turned swiftly, went inside the interview room door and slammed the door. It was quite a thick door, and in that silence, the sound was quite deafening. And for a moment I was shocked. All of us were shocked. And there was a finality about it. And it was like, now I had to leave, but without vibhuti prasadam. But leave I must, something like that. And at that moment, I burst into tears because I didn't know whether I had crossed the line. Then I tried to, there were others who came and told me, "Why did you do this? See, you could have quietly gone home and come after 2 or 3 months and then pleaded with Swami to take you back." All kinds of advices I was getting from my, suggestions I was getting from my classmates. And I was not talking to any one of them because honestly, I was very shocked. But I also tried to reason out. I said, "But there's no plan B. I have no plan B. I want to stay at your feet, Swami, and I am not going anywhere. I have nowhere to go. This is the truth. I have nowhere to go." And at that moment, as these tears were streaming, I thought of all the possible consequences. Maybe Swami will ask Mr. Kutumbarao or Chenji Rao to send me out of the ashram. And I thought, okay, even if that happens, doesn't matter. I can stand near that gate and plead for Swami's attention. Because the question of going out, leaving Swami was not at all there. I could not think that there was a life outside leaving Swami and going. And so I must have stood there for about maybe 15 minutes, I think. And I don't know, I can't tell you because the time stood still at that time and it was very difficult to measure the time in human terms at that moment. It was a moment of very profound significance in my life. After some time, suddenly the interview room door opened slightly and I could see Swami's face. And Swami just said, "Nuvu undu, you stay back." And that is how I got this wonderful opportunity to stay back. And, Swami always tests you. I was so thrilled that I had finally got a seat at Swami's feet. And my joy was indescribable because there was nothing more, in life. I said, yeah, the Lord has given a place at His feet. And this is the most wonderful thing. And then I was sitting for darshan a couple of days later, and there was a gentleman who had come from New Delhi. And Swami said, I think he was from some city, some metropolitan city. Swami said, "Hey, you said you wanted a graduate. What should that person be? What course should that person have done?" This gentleman said, "Swami, he should have done a BSc. And Swami pointed to me and said, "Take this boy with you." And Swami looked at me and asked, "Will you go with him?" Now this was a very strange question and a loaded question. I had prayed to Swami for a place at his lotus feet, and here was Swami asking me, will you go with him? So I waited for more data. And then Swami said, so how many months will it take? And that gentleman said, Swami, it will take about 3 months. And again Swami looked at me and said, will you go? It will just take 3 months. Okay, I still didn't say anything. Then Swami said, so what will you train him? He said, Swami, oxygen factory. So Swami said, yeah, you go there, see, I'm thinking of opening an oxygen factory here in Prasanthi Nilayam. So you go, get trained and come back, and then you can be with me. You know, you can stay with me, you will stay with me always, and that's why I want you to go. Will you go? Now at this moment, I was in a dilemma. I had prayed to Swami for a chance to be at his feet. To be at his feet doing what? That was the question. Now, naturally, Swami would give me something to do. It might involve in studying in SV University PG Center. It might be involve anything else. And Swami had already told me I should do my MSc. And here was Swami asking, will you go with him? If I said yes, then Swami would say, look, just 2 days back, you said you wanted to stay with me, and now you are ready to follow somebody who is going to a metropolitan city. And so I could not say yes. I could not say no also, because if I said no, it meant that I wanted to be at Swami's feet and wanted to be there without doing anything. And so I could not say no also. So Swami had taught me that the best way to resolve such situations is to chant Gayatri and pray to the Swami inside. Swami, please give some suggestion. Please give some indication, because I want to do what you want me to do. I don't want to do what my mind leads me to do. So I was praying. Then Swami kept on asking, will you go? Will you go? If you go, 3 months only. I will keep you in this factory. After that, I'll make you a manager. I'll give you accommodation, all kinds of things. And I was in a dilemma, but I kept on praying inside, Swami, please give me a clue. Please give me a hint. Then Swami suddenly said, in cities and all, it's very easy to get spoiled. You just stand in a bus stop for a few minutes, you'll get spoiled. That's what he said. And immediately I realized that is what Swami had in mind. He didn't want me to go. So I said, no, Swami, I don't want to go anywhere. Swami said, okay. And so that's how I got saved from going away from Swami. And also, I realized that Swami would indicate to me what I had to do next, and that would come shortly. I'll talk about this in the next Parayanam session.